I'm here with Dominique. Dominique is Lascombes. When you think of Lascombes, you think Dominique. And what's the dynamic with Dominique and Lascombes, and what makes your wine so beautiful? Maybe you can tell me a little detail of Lascombes and how you got to make the kosher wine. For me, first of all, thank you very much.
I arrived at Lascombes in 2001, and I arrived at Lascombes because we have a very good challenge at Lascombes. Chateau Lascombes is the second cru classé of Margaux, but the quality of Lascombes is not the quality of the second cru classé. And in 2001, you have a new owner, is an American investment fund that buy Lascombes, and the objective of this American is to increase the quality of Lascombes, to make the quality of the second cru classé. And we invest a lot of in the building, in the vat cellars, in the barrel cellars. You invest a lot of in the vineyards. We change the proportion of between the Cabernet Sauvignon and the Merlot, because now we respect, when we replant a plot, we respect exactly the terroir.
You check the soil?
Yeah, we check the soil, the subsoil at 5 meters of deep to understand the soil.
And if you see there's a different kid that needs to go to a different class in the school, you switch.
Absolutely. And when we replant a plot, it's not a marketing decision, it is not a commercial decision, it's a terroir that decide which varieties we replant.
Soil decision.
Yes, absolutely.
Soil.
It's a soil that is. We work with the nature, and 80–90% of the quality of the wine is made by the nature. It's by the nature. If you don't respect the nature, it's not possible to make a very great wine. And today at Lascombes we have 50% of Merlot, 45% of Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% of Petit Verdot. And now I think the quality of Lascombes is the quality of the second cru classé.
How did you get into kosher?
And a day I meet Menachem, and you have a very good contact with Menachem, and it's easier to make kosher wine because Menachem and his team is very professional.
Wow.
No, it's very professional.
Fine. Wow, so there are other people clapping.
Yes.
It's the wine barrels, the kosher wine from the room.
And since we produce a kosher wine since the vintage 15, and it's a pleasure to work with Menachem and his team. It's very serious companies, and it's not very difficult for us to produce kosher wine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So we're trying now the Chevalier or the...
We try now the Chevalier 15. 15 is 50% of Merlot, 50% of Cabernet Sauvignon. And me, I am the specialist for the production, and you are the specialist for the wine testing. And you describe the Chevalier. Well, I help you. It's a Margaux appellation, it's a red wine.
I'm colorblind.
It's supposed to be dry.
It's supposed to be dry. Why? Okay. Why I think my friends like the wine is because it has a very fruity, approachable on the tongue.
Yeah.
Not like a lot of other French wines that they're very earthy. And it also has the earthy side, the length of the tanning, so it ages well. So it has a little feminine side to it.
Yeah, because I like the feminine.
I can see on your sweater. And
yeah. Alors, this wine is 50% Merlot, 50% Cabernet Sauvignon. You have a good ripeness for the tannins, and is aging during 18 months in the barrels already used by the first wine during 18 months, and after this barrel is for the Chevalier de Lascombes.
Can we try the next one?
Yeah.
You can talk, I want to drink.
Yes.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes. Okay, is this the 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's, the 15 has a deeper, earthier smell than the 16, maybe because it's older in the bottle, or what is the difference?
You have now the 15 and the 16, and we have two great vintages. at Margaux for the 15 is, I think, is the best appellation in Bordeaux for the 15 wine. And 16 is a very good variety, vintage for all the appellation. Now for the two vintages, you have 50% of Merlot, 45 Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% of Petit Verdot. And I'm sure that you have, it's okay, I am okay with you for the, it's very similar. But I think that I prefer the 16 because it's not more strong, but I think that the tannins of the 15 is more fine.
It's true.
Look here.
Okay.
Now you send me what is the vintage.
I think this is the 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
My congratulations.
Whenever a salesman comes and brings me a wine, I tell them, don't tell me the price, don't tell me the label, put in the glass, I want to smell, taste.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is how I learn.
Yeah. You are very professional also.
I'm trying.
Yeah. When we test the wine, we don't know the label, the bottle.
That's how I learn.
The origin, and is your first opinions.
Can you tell me 3 things that Lascombes does different from the rest of Bordeaux?
Now the biggest difference is just after the harvest, we make the maceration at the cold temperature before the fermentation. The temperature of the vats is between 5 and 8 degrees Celsius, and we don't move the vats during 1 week. And why? In a berries, you have 3 parts. You have the pepin, is not interesting for us.
Oh, the seeds.
The seed, yeah.
Oh.
No, but
Okay.
in French it's pepin.
What should I?
In English I don't know. In the center of the berries you have the juice, is for the alcohol and the quantity of wine. And after, for the red wine, you have the skin. And the skin is very important because in the skin you have 98% of the tannins, you have the colors, you have all the things for the red wine, yes. And when we make the maceration at the cold temperature before the fermentation.
What is the maceration? Maybe you need to explain.
Maceration is when the vat is full. We don't, during 1 week, we don't touch the vats. And the vat is between 5 and 8 degrees Celsius. You have the maceration, I don't know, in French is maceration. And during these 8 days, we have the skin is diluted, and after it's easier to extract the colors and the tannins.
Oh, the skin soaks together for 1 week.
Yeah.
So the skin comes off and it's mixing with the juice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And after the second parameter is very important, you have very long maceration. The maceration at Lascombes is during, if you have a good harvest with a good ripeness during the harvest, it's possible that you have a maceration during 3-4 weeks. And after you have, we put the wine in the barrels. All the malolactic fermentation is made in the barrels. And during 4 months, 2 times by week, we turn the barrels to mix the lees. We make
so
a
that you
bâtonnage.
have this.
Yeah, you make bâtonnage during the first 5 months. We don't have oxidation. It's a reduction, and after you have oxidation.
Very interesting. Thank you. And can I? Okay, I'm gonna smell
With
the 15 and drink the 16.
Yeah, the 15 is here.
Yeah. We say l'chaim. It means to life.
L'chaim.
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 You smell the 15.
Yes.
And we drink the 16.
You are a very interesting consumer. but you open 2 bottles at the same time. Thank you.
It's like holding one kid and patting the other one.